Good evening. I'm Steve Coco with St. George News at 8. A scary day for an exterminator making a routine service call at a residence in Washington City. Her parked work truck dropped into a sinkhole that suddenly opened up in the asphalt-covered roadway. The sinkhole was in the Green Springs area of Washington City. The sinkhole's opening measured more than 2 feet in diameter, while the growing cavern beneath it looked to be at least 4 to 5 feet deep as it was filling. Officials say the sinkhole was caused by erosion after an underground water line broke, filling the cavity surrounding the service line with water. Since the leak was underground with no sign of water near the surface, it went unchecked until the weight of that service truck cracked the asphalt around it. A project to resurface and widen portions of State Route 9 from Rockville through Springdale is continuing. Motorists can expect delays of up to 15 minutes when traveling in the area. During the construction, UDOT will maintain 1 lane of traffic at all times and use flaggers or a pilot car. Construction in Rockville is on schedule to be completed in April, according to a Utah Department of Transportation official. The Springdale section is scheduled for construction from October 2017 through April 2018, the time of the lowest visitation to the area. UDOT has announced updates to the design of the Springdale portion of the project. A recently formed advocacy group, Action St. George, is holding a town meeting in St. George Wednesday. Organizers will focus on health care, ecology, human rights, freedom of speech, and press concerns, as well as hold a public vigil Friday night to show solidarity with LGBT and others. The meeting will be held from 7 to 8:45 p.m. in the Washington County Commission chambers in the Washington County Building, 197 East Tabernacle Street. The Republican agenda is being overshadowed with continued revelations about meetings between Trump campaign advisors and the Russian ambassador. And now Democrats and Republicans are battling it out, and it's getting personal. Lena Zach is in Washington with details.
Here's the president meeting with students at a Catholic school in Orlando. But when it comes to the Democrats, he's not turning the other cheek, tweeting out this 14-year-old photo of Senator Chuck Schumer sharing a coffee with Russian President Vladimir Putin, writing, "We should start an immediate investigation into Senator Schumer and his ties to Russia and Putin, a total hypocrite." Schumer not backing down, replying, "Happily talk, my contact with Mr. Putin and his associates took place in 2003 in full view of press and public under oath. Would you and your team?" The barbs becoming increasingly heated as Democrats demand the resignation of Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Some feel he perjured himself with this comment.
I didn't not have communications with the Russians.
Sessions says though he did meet twice with the Russian ambassador during the campaign, he did not lie because it was not a campaign meeting. The vice president backing him up.
He could have answered the question more clearly, but it was clearly unintentional.
But as more revelations surface about the Russian ambassador's interactions with campaign advisors and even the president's own son-in-law, Republicans may be scrambling to figure out their next steps.
When you talk to Republicans in the course of this, they know that there's a problem here. They're going to have to figure out a way to clear it up and clean it up as fast as they can.
The White House insists the president himself had 0 campaign interactions with Russia. 2 inmates are dead after a disturbance inside a Nebraska prison. Officials say the Tecumseh State Correctional Institution was placed on lockdown after about 40 inmates in one housing unit refused to return to their cells. They say the uprising then turned violent, including a fire burning in a yard outside the facility. They say all staff are safe and accounted for, and the incident offered no threat to the public. That facility is the same one where a riot broke out in 2015, resulting in the deaths of 2 inmates, multiple injuries to inmates and guards, and millions of dollars in damage to the prison. Police in Kansas City searching for the suspects caught on camera opening fire in a drive-by shooting. In the dash cam video shot Monday evening, you could see a vehicle with its windows rolled down pulled up on the right. Suddenly, a gunman in the vehicle opens fire, shooting off at least a dozen bullets in a matter of seconds from the back seat before the suspects speed away. Amazingly, nobody was hurt. Investigators believe the suspects targeted a parked car just off the road. The mayor of Flint, Michigan says her city needs more time for corrosion studies before it can begin to supply its own water. Residents have relied on bottled water for nearly 3 years because of elevated lead levels in water the city drew from the Flint River to save money. Well, your southern Utah forecast is next.
And welcome back, everyone. A happy Friday to you. Some beautiful weather out there once again today. Temperatures into the upper 50s to low to mid 60s. Even saw some low 70s down in parts of Nevada late this afternoon. Southern Utah looking beautiful for this time in March. We're seeing those high temperatures reach 70 degrees in Las Vegas, 72 degrees the high in Mesquite. Even Southern Utah seeing temperatures near 70 in St. George, that high of 69. And even the higher elevations from Beaver to Cedar City, upper 50s to low 60s. Late Friday afternoon. And as we get to Cedar City, then your forecast for your Saturday. As we head into Cedar City, again, we're going to see temperatures pretty warm like we saw today. Start out in the low 30s. Not quite as cold as we started out this morning up there. We saw temperatures in the teens around Cedar City earlier this morning, but it should be back in near 32 by 7 o'clock in the morning. Lots of sunshine, a little gusty on those winds. Winds out of the south as high as 25 miles per hour, looking for a high of 60 in Cedar City. Now as you get to St. George, then Southern Utah showing temperatures a little bit warmer, close to 70 for that high temperature. Again, still seeing some gusty winds though, especially by the afternoon. Southwest winds could be as high as 15 to 20 miles per hour, but lots of sunshine and lots of dry weather in our forecast as we head through the next several days. So plenty of sunshine out there for your Saturday. Again, continuing on the warmer side, temperatures well above where they should be for this time of year. As you get to your Sunday, then may see a few more clouds around, still a little breezy. As we have those winds pick up a little bit in the afternoon on our Sunday. Temperatures staying in St. George basically around the low 70s, at least upper 60s in most areas. And early next week, we do cool off just a little bit the first part of next week, getting back in the upper 50s to low 60s in some areas. And again, some of the higher elevations could be getting temperatures back in the upper 40s by early next week. But definitely like some dry weather over the next several days. And keeping the only thing to really worry about is the wind. Have some gusty winds out there as temperatures stay pretty mild for this time in March. Taking a look at our surface map then. Again, not much going on around our area, just some dry weather continuing here in parts of southern Utah. We're keeping that high pressure in control, but there is a cold front off to the west of our area, getting into parts of California, bringing some rain back to California once again. That's going to try to get in here as we head into your Sunday and Monday, but it looks like just a little slight chance of some rain overnight Sunday into early Monday, but temperatures staying warm and staying dry here as we head into the first weekend in March. For tonight then, temperatures, again, not quite as cold as last night. Upper 30s to low 40s from Hurricane to Mesquite to St. George, and even Cedar City temperature about 32 degrees with clear skies as we head into our Saturday. It looks like temperatures back in the upper 60s to low 70s. Again, from Mesquite to St. George to Hurricane, 60 degrees a high in Cedar City. Those winds will be a little gusty though. Southwest winds, southwest winds, there you go, at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Could be gusts as high as 20 as we head into the next 7 days. Here's Cedar City, the 7-day forecast as we get to Cedar City. Again, showing those temperatures back in the 50s then as we head to your Sunday. Back in the upper 40s in Cedar City by Monday. But again, mainly just seeing a lot of sunshine around the area. Do get milder next week. And then your 7-day forecast for St. George, showing those temperatures again staying pretty mild for this time of year. We'll keep temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s this weekend, and then could see them dip back into the 50s by Monday, but then right back into the 70s by early next week. Just some beautiful weather and really some dry weather here next several days. Don't see a lot of rain chances, maybe Sunday night into Monday, but otherwise enjoy the March weather. It looks very nice out there.
And Chris, you know, I have a high-tech kite I haven't used in 2 years. I think it'd be a good time to use it.
Yeah, tomorrow will be a good day for that. The wind will pick it right up for you.
That's an idea.
All right.
All right, still to come. An unforgettable event is now underway. What's happening here to make things safer for amorous amphibians? Love is in the air in Delaware Water Gap National Rec Area in Monroe County, Pennsylvania. Part of River Road is closed so drivers won't squash these little guys. Spotted salamanders and wood frogs and spring peepers on their way to get to the breeding pools. This yearly event attracts people to see for themselves.
She said, let's go out and look at the salamanders. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. Now I'm out. It's cool. You know, love the nature. Beautiful place.
The National Park Service has closed this part of the road at night since 2003 to protect the love-struck amphibians.
Well, you got to keep them protected, that's for sure. If they don't protect them, they can't get to that breeding pool.
Right. Propagate.
That's right.
We'll see you next time.
Hope you have a great night.